as we enter Venus in retrograde, it's going to give us an amazing opportunity to really look at themes around love, loving yourself, how you love others, your relationship with others, looking at self-worth, and also looking at what you value and how you value yourself and how you value the gifts and what you have to offer the world. It also works with themes around self-worth, around abundance and money and manifestation, themes around creativity, around passion and desire, in terms of, what are you truly passionate about? What do you love to do? Do you know what you really love to do? And are you doing that on a daily basis? And so all these are themes around the divine feminine energy. And when Venus goes retrograde, when any planet goes retrograde, what it supports us to do is to internalize, to go within and connect with what we're truly thinking and what we're truly thinking. Because it's only when you can do that that you can then actually change things. So that's like your point of power. Your point of power is the ability to connect into those feelings, connect into those emotions. But then from that, you then get to choose. You then have the choice as to whether you decide you want to release and let them go, you want to shift those perceptions, or you want to hold on to them. And what we can sometimes do is that in that process of what I call purification, we can get really just stuck in it. Because when we connect in, when these feelings come up to the surface, so when you have feelings coming up to the surface about not feeling good enough, or you've got nothing of value to give to the world, and you're just feeling so small in that, or you're feeling a lack of abundance in your life, what's actually happening is that these are the feelings that are actually blocking you from the very thing that you're wishing to manifest in your life. In that, what is happening over March is that it's like a huge reset point. And in that reset point, those Venus retrograde themes, those Venetian themes that are coming up for us, are what we're restructuring within our energetic field so that we can become this new version of ourselves that we're birthing right now. And March, with the 2 eclipses coming up, is that time to complete anything that is not really in alignment to who we are becoming, to the new version of ourselves that is birthing through. So these next 6 weeks are going to be so powerful for us in terms of allowing us the possibility to really dig deep on these Venetian themes around self-worth, around love, around relationships, around creativity, around what you truly desire, what do you really value, and are you following through with that value and actually putting your resources and your time behind what you value. And just looking at what brings you joy and what lights you up, every day. And so, there could be quite a lot of emotions that are going to come up through this. Now, I have just recently recorded a journey to Paphos. Now, the interesting thing with Paphos, so Paphos is a town in Cyprus, on the coast, a coastal town, and it is the birthplace of Aphrodite. So Aphrodite is the goddess of love, of beauty, of abundance, of all these themes, all these Venetian themes that I've spoken about, that relates to the goddess Aphrodite. And so Aphrodite, the energy, that frequency, which actually comes from Venus, the planet Venus, comes through and anchors onto the grid point there at Paphos. And I've recorded a Crystal Merkaba Grid Journey to that location to support anyone who listens to it to be able to connect more into those beautiful Venetian qualities, to those qualities of Aphrodite and everything that is possible when you connect into those frequencies, so that you can shift your own energy field, restructure your own energy field to really bring through this new version of yourself that you're birthing through. And self-worth for so many people is like that last port of call before they make a huge shift in their energy, in their reality. And so I personally feel that connecting into the frequencies of Aphrodite, but specifically to the grid point, because it's that grid point that anchors in those frequencies. So in my Crystal Merkaba Grid Journey, what I do is I talk about the themes, I talk about the history a bit of what's gone on in Paphos and all around Aphrodite, the sanctuary of Aphrodite, the black Venus stone as well, and how that was an oracle stone and how that's linked to money and abundance. And how Cyprus, or that grid point Paphos, was actually part of a huge divine feminine grid where pre-flood, people, the priests and the priestesses would go there to really connect into those divine feminine frequencies. And then right at the end of the journey, I go through what's called a Merkaba activation, and that's where your Merkaba literally gets activated and you're able to really connect in to those frequencies and do the shifts that you need to do. And then what I suggest is, once you listen to it, the whole journey is for about an hour. Once you've listened to it, I do have an embodiment kit as well if you want to work with it with journal prompts and crystals and go further. But what I suggest once you've listened to it is that then you take these next few weeks to really clear through any energetic patterning that no longer, so can you hear my geese, that is no longer really who you are becoming, is no longer aligned to who you are becoming. And that will include those themes around self-worth and value, how you value yourself and how you value your gifts and how you value what you give to the world. And also around, because value and money and abundance is very closely linked. So the more you value yourself and truly value your gifts, then also that really helps the abundance to flow as well. So I'll put the link below to my Crystal Merkaba Grid Journey to Paphos. If you feel called, you'll just know it just feels right, and then you can really work with it over this Venus retrograde and I like to call it like getting as much juice from this retrograde as possible.